Have you ever noticed how some men seem to effortlessly navigate relationships with women, while others struggle endlessly? The difference isn't about looks, money, or status. It's about understanding a fundamental truth that most men miss entirely. Welcome to Official Sigma Male, where we break down the psychological truths that society doesn't want you to know. Today, we're diving into the most powerful realization a Sigma man can have about women. A realization that completely transforms how you interact, connect, and ultimately succeed in any relationship. This isn't about manipulation or games. It's about understanding female psychology at its core, which allows you to maintain your independence while creating genuine connections that benefit both parties. By the end of this video, you'll understand why so many men fail with women despite their best efforts, and how the Sigma mindset solves this problem permanently. If you're tired of confusing interactions, emotional roller coasters, and relationships that drain your energy instead of enhancing your life, this video will change everything for you. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to Official Sigma Male and hit the notification bell. We release life-changing content weekly that you won't find anywhere else. And this community of like-minded Sigmas is growing stronger every day. Let's begin with the first crucial understanding that separates Sigma men from the rest. The strategic solitude. The first fundamental truth every Sigma man must understand is that women are naturally drawn to men who don't need them. This isn't about playing games or pretending to be disinterested. It's about genuinely developing a life so complete that a relationship becomes an enhancement, not a necessity. Most men make the critical mistake of approaching relationships from a position of emotional hunger. They reveal their desperation through constant availability, excessive texting, and prioritizing her schedule above their own mission. Women instinctively detect this neediness, triggering an unconscious response that categorizes you as low value. The Sigma man practices strategic solitude. He builds a life rich with purpose, meaningful work, and personal interests that generate a natural abundance mentality. When you meet a woman after spending quality time in your own world, you bring a completely different energy, one of fullness rather than emptiness. Consider James, a classic Sigma who maintains his meditation practice, workout routine, and creative projects regardless of his relationship status. When he met Sophia, he didn't abandon his life to pursue her. Instead, he invited her into his already complete world on specific occasions, creating natural scarcity that heightened her interest. This isn't manipulation. It's living authentically according to your own priorities. Strategic solitude isn't just attractive. It's your protection against becoming emotionally dependent. When you can happily return to your solitary pursuits, you negotiate relationship terms from a position of strength rather than fear of loss. Remember, a woman should complement your life, not complete it. Emotional independence. The second crucial understanding is that your emotional state must be self-generated, never dependent on female approval or validation. This single shift transforms how women respond to you on a fundamental level. Most men unconsciously make women responsible for their happiness, placing an invisible emotional burden on them. When a woman senses that her mood, texts, or attention directly control your emotional state, she experiences two opposing reactions: a sense of power over you and simultaneously a loss of respect. This dynamic kills attraction while creating a toxic dependency. The Sigma man maintains emotional independence by developing internal validation mechanisms. He celebrates his achievements privately before sharing them. He processes disappointments through journaling, trusted male friendships, or solitary reflection. Most importantly, he takes full responsibility for his emotional life, never blaming others for how he feels. Consider Michael, who received a promotion at work. Instead of immediately texting his girlfriend for validation, he took himself out for a quiet celebration dinner, fully enjoying his accomplishment independently. When he later shared the news, it came from a place of sharing rather than seeking approval. His girlfriend sensed this difference, responding with genuine admiration, rather than feeling emotionally responsible for his happiness. Women are intuitively drawn to men who maintain emotional equilibrium regardless of external circumstances. This stability provides a sense of security that no amount of compliments, gifts, or declarations of love can replicate. When you're visibly affected by her moods or actions, you communicate that you're not the emotional rock she unconsciously seeks. Practice emotional independence daily by asking, "Am I doing this for her reaction or for my own values?" The more you can honestly answer, "For my values," the more naturally attractive you become. Value over validation. The third powerful realization is understanding that women respond to demonstrated value, not requests for validation. This shift completely transforms your approach to attraction and relationship dynamics. The average man constantly seeks female validation through direct and indirect means, fishing for compliments, checking for text responses, seeking reassurance about his appearance, or requiring constant affirmation of her interest. These behaviors signal insecurity and create an unconscious power imbalance where she becomes the judge of your worth. The Sigma man operates differently, focusing entirely on providing value through his presence, insights, and actions, without expectation of validation in return. He understands that genuine female attraction isn't negotiable through logical arguments or emotional appeals. It's an instinctive response to encountering a man who consistently adds value to his own life, and potentially to hers. Consider David, who approached his relationship with Eleanor from a value-first mindset. Rather than asking if she thought he was attractive or seeking her approval, he focused on developing his conversational skills, emotional intelligence, and life experiences. He shared thoughtful observations, created memorable experiences, and remained devoted to his personal growth, all without demanding recognition for these qualities. Elena's attraction grew naturally through experiencing his value directly, rather than being told about it. This principle extends beyond romantic contexts into all female interactions. In professional settings, family relationships, and friendships, the Sigma man who focuses on delivering value without seeking validation paradoxically receives the most genuine appreciation and respect. The practical application is straightforward. Eliminate validation-seeking behaviors from your interactions. Stop checking your phone for her responses, seeking her opinion on your choices, or modifying your behavior based on her reactions. Instead, double down on building genuine value in your character, skills, and experiences. The power of selective attention. The fourth crucial understanding that transforms a Sigma man's interactions with women is mastering selective attention, knowing exactly when to intensify or withdraw your focus. Most men make the fundamental error of giving continuous, undivided attention to women they're attracted to. They remain constantly available, respond instantly to texts, and abandon their own interests to accommodate her schedule. This behavioral pattern seems logical, show interest to receive interest, but it fundamentally misunderstands female psychology. The Sigma man recognizes that attention is his most valuable currency and deploys it strategically. He gives full, present, high-quality attention during direct interactions, but is comfortable withdrawing completely to focus on his mission during other times. This creates a powerful contrast effect that makes his attention more valuable when given. Consider Thomas, who built a successful relationship with Mia through selective attention mastery. When together, he was completely present, phone away, active listening engaged, genuinely curious about her thoughts. However, during his work hours and personal development time, he was unavailable, not as a tactic, but because he was genuinely immersed in his purpose. This created natural anticipation and appreciation for their time together. The psychological principle at work is basic human nature. We value what is earned over what is freely given. When your attention must be earned rather than expected, it creates a healthy dynamic where both parties continuously bring their best selves to the relationship. Implement this understanding by creating clear boundaries around your time and attention. Don't be constantly available via text. Don't cancel important personal commitments for last-minute plans, and develop the confidence to temporarily withdraw your attention when self-respect requires it. This isn't about playing games or being deliberately unavailable. It's about having the self-respect to prioritize your purpose while giving genuine high-quality attention during appropriate times. Authenticity as attraction. The fifth profound realization that separates Sigma men from others is understanding that authentic self-expression is more powerful than any attraction technique or strategy could ever be. The average man constantly modifies his behavior, opinions, and even personality based on what he thinks will appeal to women. He researches pickup lines, pretends to share her interests, and suppresses his true thoughts to maintain her approval. This approach inevitably fails because women have evolved highly sensitive authenticity detectors. They can sense incongruence between your words and your true self. The Sigma man embraces radical authenticity, understanding that polarization is more effective than universal appeal. He expresses his genuine opinions, maintains his standards, and allows his natural personality to emerge without filtering it through the lens of, "Will she like this?" He understands that authenticity acts as a natural filter, attracting compatible women while repelling incompatible ones, exactly as it should. Consider Alexander, who built his relationship with Natalie on complete authenticity. On their first date, he openly shared his passion for philosophy, despite it being an unconventional topic. He expressed unpopular opinions about social media that contradicted her initial views. He didn't pretend to enjoy activities that didn't interest him. This authenticity created such a powerful attraction foundation that Natalie later confessed she'd never felt so comfortable being herself with a man before. The psychological principle is clear. We're drawn to people who grant themselves the freedom we secretly want for ourselves. When you express yourself authentically, you unconsciously give others permission to do the same, creating deeper connections than superficial agreement ever could. Implement this understanding by regularly asking yourself, am I expressing my genuine thoughts, or am I calculating what will be received well? Practice stating unpopular opinions respectfully, pursuing your true interests unapologetically, and allowing your unique personality traits to emerge naturally. Setting boundaries without fear. The sixth critical understanding that transforms a Sigma man's relationships with women is recognizing that your boundaries determine your value, and women respect what you refuse to tolerate. The average man operates from fear of loss, allowing his boundaries to be repeatedly violated to maintain female interest. He accepts last-minute cancellations, tolerates disrespectful behavior, and compromises his standards because he believes having strict boundaries will drive her away. This approach consistently backfires because it communicates low self-worth. The Sigma man establishes clear, consistent boundaries from the beginning and enforces them without anger or emotional reactivity. He understands that boundaries aren't about controlling others, but rather defining what he will accept in his life. He's willing to walk away from any situation that violates his core principles, regardless of a woman's beauty, status, or initial appeal. Consider Robert, who demonstrated this principle when dating Olivia. When she consistently arrived 30 minutes late to their first 3 dates, he calmly informed her that punctuality was important to him and that next time he would only wait 15 minutes before leaving. When the situation occurred again, he followed through on his boundary without emotional drama or passive-aggressive comments. Olivia never arrived late again, and later admitted that his self-respect was what distinguished him from other men. The psychological principle is fundamental. We value what we might lose more than what's unconditionally guaranteed. When your presence in her life is contingent on mutual respect rather than unconditional, your value increases substantially. Implement this understanding by identifying your non-negotiable standards regarding communication, respect, and relationship dynamics. Communicate these boundaries clearly when violated, without emotional intensity. Most importantly, be willing to enforce consequences consistently, even when it's uncomfortable. Remember that boundaries without consequences are merely suggestions. The willingness to walk away is what gives boundaries their power. Inner purpose above external approval. The 7th and perhaps most transformative understanding is that your dedication to inner purpose creates an irresistible gravitational pull that no amount of external focus on women can match. The average man makes women the central focus of his existence, abandoning his goals, compromising his values, and neglecting his mission to pursue or maintain female interest. This creates a paradoxical effect. The more he makes women his primary focus, the less attractive he becomes to the very women he desires. The Sigma man operates from a completely different paradigm. He understands that his devotion to a meaningful purpose beyond himself is what creates his most attractive quality, a sense of direction that women can choose to join but never divert. His purpose remains his North Star, regardless of his relationship status. Consider Daniel, a writer passionate about environmental conservation. While dating Rebecca, he maintained his writing schedule, activism commitments, and personal development practices. When conflicts arose between relationship activities and purpose-driven commitments, he consistently chose his purpose without apology or explanation, rather than driving Rebecca away. This devotion to something beyond himself became the quality she most admired, creating a deeper attraction than conventional romance ever could. The psychological principle is primal. Women are naturally drawn to men who are going somewhere meaningful, independent of their relationship. This creates the opportunity to join an already moving train, rather than being responsible for providing its direction and energy. Implement this understanding by reconnecting with your core purpose, the contribution you feel called to make through your work, creativity, or service. Schedule non-negotiable time for this purpose that never gets sacrificed for relationship activities. Speak about your purpose with genuine passion rather than downplaying it to seem more available. The greatest paradox the Sigma man understands is this: the less you need a woman's presence to validate your existence, the more she'll fight to be part of it. Your purpose isn't just your greatest attraction tool, it's your greatest protection against losing yourself in relationship dynamics. The 7 insights we've covered today aren't just theories. They're the foundation of how successful Sigma men approach relationships with women. Once you truly internalize that women respond to your energy and self-sufficiency more than anything else, everything changes. Your interactions become smoother, your relationships more fulfilling, and most importantly, you maintain your independence. and purpose. Remember that becoming the kind of man who naturally understands these principles is a journey, not an overnight transformation. It requires consistent inner work and the courage to stand by your values even when tested. But the results, genuine connections without compromise, are worth it. If this video resonated with you, it means you're already on the Sigma path. Don't walk it alone. Subscribe to Official Sigma Male right now and join thousands of men who are reclaiming their power and purpose. Our community provides the insights, support, and practical strategies you need to continue evolving into your strongest self. This is just the beginning. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive even deeper into the Sigma mindset that's changing men's lives around the world.